our page. If you're watching this video, this is actually part 2 of our video that we recorded before. We recorded our wedding album and we went through 750 plus photos, which took a lot of time, but we got it under an hour, so that's great. But again, this is the second part of that video, so if you haven't checked that video out, you should really check out that video. In that video, we dropped a huge bomb on our family and friends. We were married on New Year's Eve, but our family and friends didn't know that we had eloped before then. So we technically had 2 weddings in 2019, one elopement and then one regular ceremony reception wedding. So that's what we dropped in our last video, and that's what we'll be talking about in this video is our actual elopement.
So while you guys have your hands near your mouse or remote, be sure to pause, like, and subscribe to our channel and our video. And you can follow me right here at Micah Q94 on Instagram.
And you can follow me at I'm Just MB.
You didn't point.
I'm sorry. I'm Just MB.
All right, so what's our first topic?
So I think we're just going to talk about our elopement today. And this is a really good video for any brides that currently have to postpone their weddings because of COVID-19. So you can really do both. So we really did do both. We had our elopement, which no one knew about except for our family and our sisters who were actually there. So we'll drop a photo so you guys can see our actual elopement. But yeah, you can do both. And no one knew about ours. So we did a full wedding and no one knew we were married till now. So
it sort of knocks off the pressure too, because you already got it done. You don't have to, on the actual day, you can worry more about yourself and enjoying being in the moment than, everything going right and what else could go wrong and everything. So
yeah, and we'll talk more about that as we go through this video. But yeah, so let's just get started about like why we eloped and how our elopement actually went. So
yeah. So well, I proposed. Are we going back that far?
Yeah, let's go back that far.
So I proposed on in April of 2017. Right?
Yeah, April 2017. Let's say it, we don't know.
It was Thunder over Louisville. It's a big fireworks show in Louisville. And there I proposed to Micah, and that's when we got engaged. And then fast forward 2.5 years later.
Yeah, about. Whew.
We finally, we eloped then.
On September 7th of 2019.
Yeah. So around 2017 when I got engaged, that was a little bit before I actually left as a part of this rotational leadership program I was doing for work. That was actually based in Connecticut. So,
which was cold and I did not want to be there, but go ahead.
Around summer of that same year that we got engaged, I left and moved to Connecticut for 8 months. Flew back home pretty frequently, but yeah, it's still kind of hard. But
on our relationship,
it was a good experience. It was good. I think it was a good experience.
Because for anyone that knows us, we've been together since October of 2014.
Yeah.
All right, so we've been together since October 2014, and we were literally inseparable. You didn't see pretty much one of us without the other. We did go to different colleges, but literally every weekend we would see each other. Holidays we would see each other, so we were like always together. So for him to move out of state and us be long distance right after we had got engaged was a lot, but of course I encouraged him and I wanted you to do it because it was such a great opportunity, the program, but it was just a lot on our relationship.
Yeah. So then after I moved to Connecticut, I then got my second rotation placement, and that was actually in Florida. It's like 100%
better.
100% better.
The weather was good.
Completely opposite.
Yeah.
Went from top of the country, the country to the bottom of the country on the East Coast. So that was a good experience moving there. And so towards the end, we actually were thinking about Micah coming down there with me and living with there. So that was kind of one reason why we got eloped.
Yeah. The other reason, like Micah kind of mentioned before, as a bride, the one thing you are told about your wedding day is that make sure you stay in the moment. Like, make sure you take time to just be in the moment with your groom-to-be or your husband-to-be, just take that time. And I knew that watching so many wedding shows and attending weddings and having friends that got married, I just knew that my wedding wasn't going to go exactly the way that I had wanted it, because I had planned my entire wedding with my mom, her help of course, but we had planned my entire wedding. I knew how I wanted it to go, but you can never account for mishaps or things that may happen during your wedding. So we really wanted that moment to just be in the moment and get married and just be about us, and it just be something that's more intimate. So we always have that memory of us actually saying I do the first time when we got eloped is very special to us, because it was literally just us, the person that the justice of the peace that actually married us, and then our sisters were our what are they called? Our,
I don't know.
They're called witnesses, yeah. Our sisters were our witnesses. So it was very intimate. No one else was there. There wasn't onlookers or anything. We didn't have to worry about like our makeup or things like, well, my makeup, not his. He doesn't wear makeup. I didn't have to worry about my makeup. Like little details that you have to worry about on the day of, and you being in the spotlight, you don't have to worry about when you elope. So it was nice to do that. So those are the main two reasons, I think.
Do we do anything after?
Yeah, we went to dinner.
Dinner with our family?
Yeah. So our immediate family, we ended up going to dinner right after we got eloped. So again, our moms, our dads, our sisters knew, but outside of that, not many people knew.
But we didn't go anywhere. We stayed.
No.
Cause that was...
We left the day after. Yeah, the day after we eloped, we left for Florida, where he was living.
Oh, right, because I didn't live there at the time. Okay, yeah.
So I eloped, got married, and then left immediately.
Yeah. Actually, before we got eloped, it was my birthday. And before that, around that time, we actually went on our bachelor party trips.
Mm-hmm.
So my trip actually was in Florida.
Should have went to Chicago.
Me and my groomsmen went down to Miami, Florida, and had a good time. We planned to have a even greater time, but if you remember, 2019, the fall, it was hurricane season in Florida. Mm-hmm. I can't remember the name of the hurricane. It was like,
I think it was like Dorian or something.
Yeah, Hurricane Dorian had came, and it was set right for that huge weekend that we went. And so we were like on the fence between whether we were gonna cancel or not, or just go. So long story short, we ended up going. Unfortunately, not everyone came, because it's not everyone was able to get off
during a hurricane. I wouldn't.
Yeah, get off or take that risk, or had things going on. But we ended up making the best of it, and we had a good time.
Yeah, we went on our trips the same time. I had planned for all of us to do like a co-bachelor or bachelorette party, but like do separate things. But all of us were planning originally to go to Chicago, but I knew his groomsmen really wanted to do something separate, so that's why they ended up going to Florida. But we had the best time in Chicago. Like, it's one of the best trips I've ever been on outside of trips with Micah, but it was great. We did everything, so I have no complaints with that.
Yeah, we still gotta go back to Chicago because I still haven't been, so.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. So me and Micah in general, another reason we got eloped is we just like to do things differently, to be honest. Our whole wedding, like we talked about in the previous video, was flipped in the sense that we did our reception first and then we did our ceremony, so we were able to eat and dance and enjoy each other before we actually walked down the aisle. And again, we weren't worried about really walking down the aisle because we were already eloped and we were already married. Also, the person that did marry us did know that because he did our counseling. So our counseling was up until we decided to elope, and then he was already aware we were eloped. But yeah, so again, I mean, this is a great option. I really wanted to do this video because a lot of brides right now are worried about not having their wedding, and I just want to ensure everyone, you can still have a wonderful wedding later on. You can really do an elopement and have that special time with your significant other and make it special. It can be as big or small, even though you're not allowed to have many people in gatherings at this time. But again, in 2021 or 2022, when things start to kind of normal out and we're back to having bigger events, you can come back and have a wonderful wedding, just like we did.
Yeah, and the best part, you don't have to tell anyone that you eloped.
Yep.
So, well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, thanks for watching this video. We'll be back with more videos. We actually have our Home Chef series right now where me and Micah try to recreate some masterpieces that we find on the internet. So stay tuned for that because I kind of know how to cook, but I suck at baking, and then Micah doesn't really cook very often, so it should be really interesting.
Yeah, I'll be cooking some different things. Micaiah will probably do most of the cooking in this first video, but sooner or later I'll hop on there and show my skills too. Also, one thing about this video, if you notice anything different, particularly from this one than our first one, comment that below in the comments, and the first person to do that will get a personal shout out from the both of us on our next video after we check that out. So go ahead and comment below if you notice the difference.
Like the video.
Subscribe.
Yeah. And follow us on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just MB. I am JUSTMB, all lowercase.
And just Micah Q94, just how it's pronounced right here. If you need to spell it. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.